Happy Monday, folks. Hope everybody had a lovely weekend. I'm Ryan and this is Sportsology. If you happen to be new to the show, what Sportsology is, it's an opportunity for me to come on here and talk about my two areas of expertise. Daytime, I do technology work for a company called ESG out of Little Chute, Wisconsin. We cover the whole Wisconsin area, lots of different types of technology. So come on here and we'll talk about technology for a minute, and then I'll go over and I'll flip over and I'll talk a little bit about daily fantasy sports. It was kind of my other life. What I do outside of work is pretty much my only hobby. So pretty good at both of them, know a lot about both of them. If you got any questions about either of them, my email is down there in the description box. Feel free to email me and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions on either of these things. So today, we're going to start with technology, usually kind of flip-flop what we start with. And I want to give a basic overview of Mitel's product, the MiVoice Office, formerly known as the Mitel 5000. They did some rebranding. We still struggle with a little bit. You know something by one name for so long, and then they rebrand it. You got to try to remember what it is now. But what it is, Mitel is our flagship product. We've been doing voice for a long time. I will put my technicians up with anybody else in the state of Wisconsin as far as how well they are, or what a great job they can do as far as implementing a voice project. But veer away from that. The MiVoice 250 is perfect for a single site, less than 200 endpoints, more than 10 or 15 of them though. Probably not. If you got 5 phones and it's a smaller business, probably not right for you. But if you got 20 plus users, perfect. What I like about it is it comes fully loaded with 16 licenses already. So your first 16 people already have their license built into it. Great. You're not going to become rich this way, but it's a nice little cost savings for you. On top of that, I like the applications that are just going to come fully loaded, embedded within it, that you can just take it out of the box. Once we put it in for you, they'll work. And they're applications I feel that are very, very important. What they are, number one is hot desking. What hot desking is the ability, and other voice platforms have the ability to do, is we call it hot desking. That allows me to go up to any voice on the system, simply type in my login and my password, and now it pulls up my calling credentials, my phone number, my speed dials, everything like that. It becomes my phone, and I can go to any phone on the network, and now it's my phone once I log in. It'll automatically log you out of where you were before. So when I got to work this morning, I logged into my phone because I worked from home Friday. Pulls me out of that one, logs me into this one. Next up, teleworker, which goes back to what I said. I work from home on Friday. Once you have a teleworker phone in your house, it's like having your own phone from the office in your house. Pretty simple. For us, once we configure the phone for teleworker, I can bring it home, plug it into my high-speed internet. Within a matter of minutes, I'm up and running, and it's just like I'm on the network at work. Very simple to do. Once the young lady, Megan, programmed it here at work for me, all I had to do was go home and plug it in, and I got it up and functional in 5 minutes. And I did that on my 3rd day here with no technology experience at all. So if I can figure it out, anybody can. All right, next up, call twinning. And what call twinning is when my desk phone rings now, my cell phone will ring simultaneously. Not call forwarding. Call forwarding is going to wait a few rings. Simultaneously, they ring at the same time. So no matter where I am, if I have my mobile phone and I have that function turned on, I'm not missing phone calls. Now, on the flip side, I don't give out my cell phone number, which has a lot of great, attributes to it. If I'm out of town for the weekend and I don't want work phone calls, simply turn it off. Very simple to do. Last up, let's talk unified messaging, and that's essentially getting your voicemails to your email. There are still people out there checking their voicemails on their phone. Annoying, cumbersome, nobody enjoys doing it. If you have a smartphone, you probably love your visual voicemail. This is kind of the same thing. It sends a WAV file or a link to your email saying that you have a voicemail. Now you can listen to this WAV file, click back and forth. Ultimately, how does everybody leave a message? They ramble on and on and on, kind of like I'm doing right now. And then they go 555-6432, and now you have to listen to that whole message again. With that WAV file, you just click back a little ways, and now you get to just listen to that phone number 23 times and try to decipher what it is, but you can do it much quicker. So those are some of the applications that come fully loaded in the Mitel MiVoice 250. Great product for, like I say, single site, less than 250 users. If you got any questions on it, feel free to send me an email. So now let's move over to a little daily fantasy baseball, and I'm going to give you a few people you can target today. I'm going to start with Francisco Lindor, shortstop, Cleveland Indians, 3,600, offers incredible value today. He gets to go up against Tommy Malone, who is a left-hander for the Minnesota Twins. Lindor is a switch hitter who hits lefties better, hits better from the right side. Cleveland's been hitting the ball pretty well the last few days, and the Twins had to play a very long extra inning game yesterday, so their bullpen should be taxed. If they can chase Malone early, this could be a big, big game for the Indians. So if you want to do kind of a contrarian stack, try stacking Cleveland Indians in the tournament play today, especially the right-handers. Okay, pitching. Noah Syndergaard. That's your chalk play for the day. That's the play that makes sense. Don't get cute. If you're on FanDuel, that should be your one guy. Win with your hitters. He's the best value out there today. I feel that if you don't play him, there's a really good opportunity for you to get left behind. Syndergaard's the chalk play. He's the play of the day. I don't really see any reason to try to get away from him. Lots of big pitching options out there today, but that's the guy to check out. He'll have big ownership. So move over to third base, and you got a couple of big priced options today. You could look at Josh Donaldson or Nolan Arenado. I prefer Arenado going up against Jeff Locke, who has been torched by righties this year, and the game is in Coors, which I'm a big fan of. But Donaldson has his merit, has his reason to play him as well. So if you struggle in daily fantasy baseball, it can be an up and down game. It's one of the reasons I like NBA. I find it more predictable because with baseball, just take a look at yesterday. Anthony Rizzo was pretty highly owned first baseman, so I don't remember his ownership exactly, but let's say about 30 to 35% in cash games. When he goes nuts like that and hits 2 home runs, by one pick, all those people are way in front of the pack already. And you can miss on one pick so quickly, and it's kind of annoying. It doesn't mean you don't know your stuff. You can go into a lineup funk. I'm in one the last 3-4 days. It's been awful. You still know what's supposed to happen. You have all the stats. You can overanalyze, but when that one thing happens, you're on the wrong side of it. Now, on the flip side, when it doesn't happen, you get way ahead. You look like a genius, but it's hard to predict those one things. Guys can hit the ball hard 3 times right at somebody. So I like Arenado, but know that Donaldson's also out there, and they'll probably both get very good ownership tonight. Okay. I like Nelson Cruz a lot as a nice, solid outfield piece tonight. He's been a very streaky hitter traditionally. He's heated up recently. I like him to have a nice day today against Doug Fister, which is one of the weaker pitching matchups out there today. And Cruz is 8 for 23 lifetime off of him, so it's not that he has any issues with him. Now, you're going to need to save some money today. We got a lot of high-priced pitching options, and there are not a lot of great matchups for hitters. But the guys playing in Coors Field are relatively expensive, so you can't just play them and play the good pitchers. Check out Drew Pomeranz, pitcher for the San Diego Padres, who's been absolutely brilliant this year, most specifically in his last start. In just under 20 innings pitched this year, he has 25 strikeouts to only 11 hits surrendered. I watched the majority of his last start. He helped me win a few $100, so I got a lot of respect for him right there. Maybe I'm a little biased towards him after that, but he was phenomenal. He was brilliant. He was painting the corners, dropping that curveball in left and right. So Drew Pomeranz would be a nice money-saving option for you today. So that's what I got. Have a wonderful day and talk to you soon.